Hi, I'm back again. I know I look a bit different. I dyed my hair. But hello everyone. Now I'm here today to talk to you guys about why chess.com sucks. Now, it's not necessarily even the play style or the layout of their website that I think that sucks. I think that they've got a really good niche with chess.com in the fact that chess.com for newer players seems to be more accessible than Lichess. Lichess is designed a bit weirdly. So if you're a new player or something, I think it gets people freaked out and they just don't like it. So I quite often see more experienced players playing on Lichess than on chess.com. Now, one of the reasons I think chess.com sucks in general is their membership process. Okay, so they say as one of their sort of slogans that they say quite a bit is that they want to expand the game. They want to expand the game to new players and, current players that have played on chess.com or other chess websites for a long time. They want to sort of grab that market area and sort of capitalize on the fact that people want an area in which they can play puzzles every day. However many puzzles they want to learn lessons of chess on a website that they play on as well. Everything's in one place. But with chess.com, they sort of tried to capitalize on this. And you can see that very clearly in the membership system. So with their membership system, you can choose like gold, platinum, all that type of thing. I'm not 100% sure which sort of levels that there are, but they run under this idea that if you buy a membership, you can play as many puzzles as you like, you can learn as many lessons about chess as you like on their website. But if you don't pay for that, you're limited to one free lesson a week and three puzzles a day. Now, if you're new at chess, puzzles and like lessons and everything is basically the thing that you need the most, sort of widening your tactical vision and being able to learn end games, middle games, openings, all that type of thing. You need those to be able to expand how good you are at chess and just to learn as well, just out of curiosity. And I think it's very strange that as a company who's all about, widening the game and giving more access to the game to more people and promoting the game so much, that they would sort of want to almost prevent people from playing chess and prevent people from learning about chess and wanting to play more from it unless they pay for it. They're putting all of the meaningful stuff behind a paywall, and that seems strange to me. Now, their membership fees aside, one of the things I do not like about chess.com is how much of a monopoly they're turning into. Now, for those of you who don't know, a monopoly is basically when one business or one company has the majority of a market share. Okay, so the market share in this case is like online chess. So chess.com and Lichess are the main two websites that people play on. And there used to be more, and we'll get to that. But for the moment, chess.com has the large majority of chess players playing on their website. And having a monopoly, it's kind of immoral in a way because it means that you can influence the market to do whatever that you want to do. You're not listening to your customers as much as you should be because you've still got the majority of the market share. You don't sort of need to listen to your customers necessarily when they're putting out valid criticisms on the website or have issues. People are still going to use it anyway, so it doesn't really work too much. However, chess.com and Danny Wrench and everything seem to like to acquire other online chess companies. Now, a main one that some of you might have heard of is the acquiring of Chess24. And everybody loved Chess24. If you didn't, you were missing out because there'd be like so many news things on there that you could read that were always really, really interesting. Also, the Chess24 live streams and everything, they were so good. And I'd say better than the chess.com streams are today because with the Chess24 streams, it was like obviously grandmasters and everything telling you about who's playing, what games are being played, like what's going on and everything. But there was this sort of knowledge that obviously you've got a prior level knowledge of chess, but they would cater to all levels of chess players. And I feel like when I'm watching a chess.com stream today, that I start watching and it feels like they're just sort of trying to get a clip or something so then they can put it on TikTok or YouTube Shorts, like all that type of thing. And it doesn't feel genuine. Now, chess.com acquiring chess24 was like a pretty major thing. And for me, that's when I saw a lot of people start to be like not impressed about the fact that chess.com was acquiring chess24 and the fact that they were obviously trying to profit and make more money. I mean, the original plan for chess24 was for the website to shut down entirely and for it to fade into nothingness. But what I see now is that on Twitter and everything, they use chess24 for news articles and everything rather than the great website it used to be where you could follow tournaments so much easier, and there will be live streams waiting for you for like whichever tournaments you'd want to watch. It was always a really good website. I mean, like even the Chess24 team, it was like Ivanka Huska and David Howell and those type of commentators and everything. They were originally with Chess24, and then when it got moved over to chess.com, all of a sudden we see them commentating and everything a lot less. Which is really unfortunate because I think they give a really good insight. I think that's quite clear of what I've said about them in the past, that I think they give really good insight, but it just kind of sucks. One of the main things as well is chess.com has recently tried to acquire Chessable. Okay, so Chessable, I've talked about it in the past. I use it sometimes when I'm deciding to lock in to training my chess. And there are different courses on there. Courses by grandmasters, international masters, FIDE masters, women grandmasters, all that type of thing. And on there, some of those courses are free, so you can like learn about the English opening or that type of thing for free. And some of them are also courses that you need to pay for because they've got like long videos that grandmasters like Anish Giri are sort of explaining to you what's going on in this opening and how to maximize your chance of winning out of that opening. I think as well with Chessable, like anybody can use it. Obviously, anybody can use it, but that was the main website I went to learn something. And now chess.com have basically acquired Chessable, further monopolizing them. And basically, I'm going to read this quote for quote off of Reddit. So it is Reddit, but this is from a Chessable author. Okay, so Chessable, chess.com acquisition, recently made the greedy decision to make free courses pro brackets paid only. This means that authors like me, I created the Divi Ponziani, who decided to forego financial gain for the sake of the community, and now having their content blocked and having Chessable reap the financial gains. That sucks so much. Like the fact that these, authors have basically sat there and have spent so much time coming up with this course and coming up with a way to teach it in a way that nobody else has currently. And a way to sort of help out the community so much in their learning of chess. And then chess.com is profiting off this, is profiting off the fact that people have foregone financial gain in order to help others. And then chess.com has basically been like, let's make it so they have to pay for it, but we won't let the authors get the money from it. We'll keep the money for that. That's Alfie saying that that's greedy, okay? Now, upon the original time when I thought this would be a good thing to cover and a good topic for a video, they've sort of made an update post for this Chessable have, and they've basically posted on their website of a discussion thread, update, a response to the feedback on recent changes. So they've put, we messed up. there's not really a better way to say it, but moving community content that authors intended to be free to the pro membership shouldn't have happened. And honestly, it was an oversight from our changes to the rest of our free catalogue. Charging for community content that was intended as free isn't right and was never our intention when making these changes. I'll come back to that part later. Your feedback, powerfully and fiercely voiced, has made that mistake very clear. We are working on a solution now. We'll have a lot more information next week, but we promise that this community content will be restored. Thank you for all your feedback, and we look forward to sharing our full plan next week. It's like an interesting post as a response to what's gone on and everything. But saying that charging for community content that was intended as free isn't right and was never our intention is completely false. You cannot say, okay, yeah, so we're going to create this membership called Chessable Pro. Okay, and we're going to move all of this free stuff into Chessable Pro. Okay, and you have to pay for Chessable Pro. But it wasn't our intention to make you have to pay for free content. It just doesn't make sense. It's honestly, it's trying to, in a way, sort of manipulate the audience into thinking that Chessable and chess.com, more chess.com really, are better people than they are. As well, even if they decide to, get rid of the paywall for free content, there's still that trust in the community that Chessable and chess.com as a result have now lost. Obviously, people will still play on chess.com. It's too much of a monopoly for them not to. But I think it's a very good thing to consider. And the fact that, they will continue to try and put free stuff behind a paywall. And unless you speak up about it and say, this is fucking ridiculous, we won't use this anymore, they're still going to keep trying. And evidence of this that we see is also, there used to be an app called Play Magnus that, again, chess.com acquired, and they're going to keep acquiring stuff and putting stuff behind paywalls until people stop using them and until chess.com is the only large chess company. So, as a result of this, I would recommend, try out Lichess. I know it's a bit of a weird layout and everything, and it might take a little bit of getting used to, but it is a really good platform. And once you're used to it, you will, I'd say, enjoy it more in a way, because there's different rulings with some of the results of games. So, yeah, I think it's quite interesting. So, I'm going to do a quick explanation quickly of what I mean by different rulings. So, if you're playing against someone, they're up material, let's say you've only got your king left and you're both really low on time, and then they lose on time and you've only got your king left, they've got more material than you. If you're on chess.com, that's classified as a draw because it's like insufficient material versus timeout. But if you're on Lichess, it's classed as a win for the person who only had their king left because the other person lost on time, which is the FIDE rulings as well. So, yeah, I think it's quite interesting to see the different rules. But anyway, I think you sort of get my memo about this. I think chess.com needs to sit down and think to itself about not putting everything behind a paywall and how to actually please the community rather than putting everyone out and not making everyone want to use their services again. I think it's pretty clear my stance on that, but let me know if you guys have a different opinion. It'd be interesting to read anyway. But yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Thanks for that.